Crazy, 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 crazy. I have seen two animated features about birds as, the main characters, and I liked them very much. Very much. I was happy to rewatch them as soon as I could. Who would have guessed? The two movies I'm talking about that came out in 2023, we have Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget. Yeah, and Migration. It's about ducks. Yeah, yeah. All right, so what are these two movies? So Dawn of the Nugget is the sequel to Chicken Run, a classic stop animation movie made by the same people who made Wallace and Gromit like 20 years ago. Back then it was owned by DreamWorks and now it's being distributed by Netflix. Time is funny. Yeah, yeah. Anywho, I remember Chicken Run being very, very depressing. I did not rewatch it before watching this one because I was like, let's see what this one will do, like as a standalone movie. And I gotta say, I liked this sequel so much more than I have ever remembered liking Chicken Run. Oh, it was just so funny in a low brow way, I'll admit, and so intense. I'm surprised to say, but it was. And just so well animated. Like whoever choreographed and storyboarded all the action in this movie is brilliant. Oh, like there are movies where, mice are anthropomorphic and they use like stuff they find around, the human's home to like make their own little homes. In this case, the chickens take stuff that their rats friends like give them and, they make all these like Mission Impossible gadgets to get into this crazy like chicken farm. Like it's the chicken industry, yeah. And, it's just sugar coated chicken industry thing. Yeah, yeah. When the chickens first got there, I was expecting, oh God, they're going to be put in little boxes and fed to, they're too fat to walk. I remember a Thanksgiving turkey movie did that once. It was disturbing but true. But no, no, they decided to go another creepy route. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but ooh, it gave me chills and it did not wear off. And that is what I like. Oh. Oh goodness. So, yeah, this movie was so weird. It was so weird but so good. I liked Dawn of the Nugget very, very much. And afterwards, I saw the original Chicken Run, and while I respect the classic Chicken Run for, being a cartoon with a very dramatic and sad-natured tale of surviving and being terrified, and while you're terrified, you have to be brave. Yeah, yeah, even if it seems hopeless, try anyway. That's a good story, but no, I don't like the Manic Pixie Dream Boy Rooster coming in and all that. Though I do think it's funny that he's American and the rest are English, and I don't know, they have just cute little like mannerisms. And apparently these movies are set in like the 50s and the 60s. It's a little detail I didn't remember, but yeah, yeah. So yeah, I will happily watch like Dawn of the Chicken and tell other people to watch it. But Chicken Run, I mean, if you like old-fashioned stop motion, not like the old, Rudolph and Frosty old-fashioned, but stop motion that was happening in the early 2000s, then it's a fine example. It's also a fine example of how animated features, can be silly. I mean, talking chickens wearing clothes, or at least cute little hats, but still super dramatic, and wow. Wow. But God, is it sad-natured, and it's not as funny as it thinks it is. Ay. And honestly, the forced romance really bugged me. But no, no. The success of the characters is so delightful. And yeah, I thought the voice acting in the second one was better. It had a totally different cast, except with a few exceptions. And I will say that I love the Scottish, like, chicken. Ugh. To me, they are, like, gender nonconformist. I don't know. There's just something about them. Yeah. I don't know. They were just really cool. I loved Mac. Yeah, the brainy chicken. Yeah, they were my favorite character. Cool. Anywho, the other bird animated feature that came out is Migration. Now, Migration does have the, flaws of, being full of cliches. Like, it has the plot of the Croods, overprotective father, family goes on adventure and he hates it but gets over it. Yeah, big spoiler. And yeah, because it's a bunch of talking birds, I think of Rio. And I gotta say that this kind of redeems cartoon birds where Rio failed them, I think. I remember a friend who was also into animation at the time said that she loved how they made like the birds' beaks move accurately, like in the range of how they actually move. And yeah, the wing stuff, you've seen like wing action in a lot of different cartoons, but yeah, it was done well in Rio. It's done better in Migration, and I gotta say, Migration is written so funny and so much better than I was expecting. Like, wow. Mostly I saw it because of Elizabeth Banks. She has made my favorite Charlie's Angels movie. I will always thank her for that. And yeah, her involvement did give me hope for this movie, and that hope was restored with like extra and extra. Yeah, the movie is more like a madcap road trip, like a National Lampoon sort of thing, where, I actually could not totally predict what was going to happen next and next. Ugh. It was so weird, but also so funny. And I like when I believe the characters are actually like in this world, they're not just saying what we think a duck would say. They are characters that happen to be ducks. Like that was special to me. It was. And there's a parrot. Is he a parrot or a macaw? He's probably a macaw. And oh my god, Aquafina plays this little pigeon, and that raggedy voice of hers, it did not fit with Shishu. No offense, it did not fit with Scuttle, but damn it, this character is hers. And they did so well with it. Like, all the voice acting all around. Like, everyone did a very, very good job with what they got. So yeah, I think Migration, surprisingly, will be a movie that people will rewatch and look fondly after years later. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but it is actually a fine example of how cool and smart animation can be. Now let's see, the animation style in Migration, it was on the higher end of good, that we're expecting from CG in the 2020s. It wasn't like, the gorgeously new blended stuff, but it was good CG, and that is respectable. It is. It's a respectable thing where the color palette was lovely, the action sequences were nice, and yes, the characters were experiencing a new moment. I felt the new moment with them. So I appreciate that. I really, really do. The stop motion with like Dawn of the Nugget, I gotta say, it was so clean that I almost kind of thought it was CG, but then there were like little moments that reminded me. Now, stop motion isn't like claymation anymore. No, these are toys. Like, thank God for the 3D printer. Oh, God. Now, there were some scratchy little moments. That's part of the charm of stop motion, but golly. Wow. Dawn of the Nugget, visually very appealing. The characters look very goofy and almost kind of naive in a way. Like, this is the first time people have designed it, but I think that's just the studio style, and that's fine. It's recognizable. It's cool. So, I can't believe I'm saying this, but these two bird-themed movies were actually really good, and I really hope people see them. Like, do I think they're a little silly and any moviegoer would like them? No. Do I think any animation fan would appreciate them? I do. Kids, it really depends on the kid, but if you're a kid that likes cartoons and funny cartoons, this is good. Like, the humor wasn't the awkward sort of let's make stuff up as we go along sort of thing. No, it was planned, it was like well written, and it was edited to be better written, and I felt that with both movies. So, thank you. Yeah. These movies make me believe people do care about good animated features. Hope restored.